I finally got a memory card for my Canon C50. So I'm pretty excited I've finally been able to start shooting with this camera. I went with OWC's 1TB Atlas Ultra card. It's a CF Express 4.0 Type B card. It has read speeds up to 3,650 megabytes per second with write speeds up to 3,000 megabytes per second. So this card is a little pricey. It retails for 480 bucks. I ended up waiting like a month for it to go on sale, and I ended up paying $399 for it, which is still a little pricey, but it is 1 terabyte of space and it is pretty fast. There are a lot of memory card options out there. And at this point, I think I've used cards from almost every single brand except for OWC. And memory card purchases aren't that exciting, but buying the right card is pretty important. And really the three things I look at when buying a memory card is reliability, speed, and space. Reliability being the #1 most important factor. I read some good reviews on this card. One of my buddies I shoot with bought this card before me and highly recommended it. And then I didn't know this until I looked it up, but OWC is actually from Illinois. If I was gonna try something new, it seemed appropriate to support a local business. So the Canon C50 has 2 memory card slots, one for CF Express Type B and one just for your standard SD card. At the time of making this video, the official Canon memory card compatibility list is pretty small. As you can see, this card is not on the list, along with a lot of other cards. But it doesn't mean it's not going to work with the C50. It just means Canon might have not tested it, and it also doesn't have the VPG 400 certification like the other cards on the list do. So far, I've used this card on 4 different shoots. I took it to shoot a concert, I did some test shoots down by the Riverwalk, shot some content at a bakery, and I also shot it at a camper van company. All 4 of these shoots I did in the 7K full frame open gate mode. That's 6,960 by 4,640 pixels in LT RAW. So far, it's been reliable. And I don't have the OWC card reader, so I'm just gonna test it with the SanDisk one I do have. Pop this memory card in here. So here we have the first shoot. It's 77 clips. It's 130.15 gigabytes. And we are copying it over to a Samsung T9 SSD. And it's gonna take 3 minutes to copy. So that just finished. That was pretty quick. Let's do one more test. This is the footage from the bakery, and I have 58 clips, 140.86 gigabytes, and also 3 minutes. So again, pretty fast. All these clips kind of vary in length and size, but they were all shot in that 7K open gate. Those are just 2 little real world examples from 2 little social shoots. Next, we're gonna do a Blackmagic speed test. We're doing that with a 5 gigabyte clip directly to the OWC card. So let's go ahead and hit the start button. So it's doing its thing. I don't know if this just keeps going or what. I actually don't know how this test works. So yeah, for write speeds, we're getting like 1,000, and for read, around 800. So far, I've shot everything on this thing in the LT mode, and the one thing I do want to try is to see if the card can handle the ST RAW. So we'll swap out the R5 with the C50, shoot in RAW ST, and see if the card can handle it. So realistically, I don't know how often I'm gonna shoot in that ST mode because the file sizes are just so big, but for some bigger shoots, it could be worth it. Side note, let's do a little R5 C50 comparison. What else? Oh yeah, so the card comes in this box. Wow, the tracking, still tracking the box. That was pretty impressive. All you get is this little memory card case, and then there is also a sticker in here that says, less waiting, more creating. And now it's time to start creating videos with this camera. Maybe I'll get a lens for it, but until then, stay hyped and we'll see you on the next one. Let's cut. This is the monitor that I've been staring at. And then here is a look at the setup back here.